Alrighty, we have reached the spot where we start walking up to that Badland formation over there, and we'll be looking for prairie agates, chalcedony, petrified wood, and hopefully Fairburn agates. This isn't actually the Fairburn beds, but they have been reported in this area, so I'm hoping we can get lucky. Already finding a lot of really nice prairie agate and chalcedony though. So yeah, that's good. It is not cool out. And I'm not sure how much farther we have to walk. So I knew that there would be fossils here, but I was expecting some brachiopods like we were finding yesterday. I was not expecting pearl-bearing stuff like this. This is awesome. Wow. Look at the color on that piece. Oh man. Well, I believe these are going to go into the backpack. So I'm going to shut this off so I can get these loaded up. So we were finding some great chalcedony and prairie agate, a fair amount of petrified wood and fossils, and we stumbled across the skull. Poor thing, if you look at it this way, it couldn't grind its teeth down, so that probably is what did the poor thing in, but I'm going to take it home and clean it up. I'm guessing it's either, probably a gopher is my best guess. And groundhog maybe.
It's old because there's no brain or anything left.
Yeah, it is very clean. I was happy that it had both teeth, so yeah, that's pretty cool. If you look here, here is some chalcedony, and I have found some massive pieces while walking around. Right here is a prairie agate. Good color, but not exactly what I'm looking for. That's a pretty one. There's something else I wanted to point out. Where did it go? Oh, that's a pretty prairie agate. Where is it? Oh, it's right behind me. And here is some petrified, oh sorry, strap. Petrified wood. Yay. Alright, so I saw a little bit of white, which is a sign of nacre on marine fossils. So I started uncovering it, and this is the biggest, what I believe is a baculite I've ever seen in, or collected I should say. So it's gonna be a process, but we gotta free this thing. So everybody wish me luck. So unfortunately, it was pretty broken up, but that's kind of just something to expect with fossils that are in terrain like this. I mean, I'm just happy it came out cleanly, and the breaks are very clean, so it's gonna take some time, but I can totally reconstruct this, and it's huge. I mean, here's my hand. Thing is about as long as my arm to the elbow, and had the added bonus of underneath it is a giant Enoceramous clam fossil. Absolutely massive. When we get back to the car, I'll pour some water on them so you can see that color, because I'm sure the camera isn't picking it up very well.
It's not.
Very cool. Two of the biggest fossils I've ever found. That's Fort Pierre shale for you. Okay. Alright, first off, check out this awesome crystal cluster that we found at the Teepee Canyon site. But I rinsed off the top of that fossil. Let's see if I can get it in some sunlight. Definitely an Enoceramous. But either way, that thing is absolutely huge. Probably about 12 inches across. And that baculite is probably about, only about 18. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. So now we are going back into the Black Hills to go through Custer National Park. And it should be very fun. First off, Look at how pretty it is over here. These Badlands formations are just crazy. Oh wow, a helicopter is like right over us. That's insane. Crazy. Wow, that's cool. Look at that.
It's a fabulous.
Look at that. So many buffalo. Ooh, baby buffalo. Yeah, how about that? And where are they? Can't find them.
They start running around.
Well, I was gonna say a bunch more prairie dogs, but yeah. Hey, buffalo. So many buffalo. This area is just so pretty. These big moss-covered rocks are actually all feldspar pegmatite with some rose quartz and smoky quartz, some iron quartz too. It is super cool. Look at how cool that formation is. Pretty much all around here. That is just so cool. That is so pretty.
8, 7, 6, 5.
Whoa. And there's that up there. And it looks like we're about to drive through these spires. So that's pretty cute. These spires are huge. That is so cool. This is awesome. It's so cool. Wow, that is so cool. Well, that's easily the coolest tunnel I've ever driven through.
Right?
It's just so cool. Here is that enormous Enoceramius that I need to clean up. Here is that enormous baculite that I need to repair. I know it looked bad, but I've honestly repaired worse. So I'm not too worried. All of the brakes, as you can see, are very clean, so they'll, once they fit back together, you'll never know that it was repaired. Alright, as you can see, it's coming together again nicely. And I can totally see why these two halves broke. As you can see, they were basically coated in calcite. So that was a pretty fragile joint right there, but it will come back together nicely. All the other pieces have been coming together nicely as well. I just wanted to demonstrate what I'm doing right here, just in case you ever have to do the same. You want to find a very strong but non-corrosive adhesive. I'm using a very gentle type of epoxy. I cannot remember the name off the top of my head, but I will try to remember before I post this video. Anyway though, the trick is not putting very much on. You only want enough to make the joint and not seep out, because it's almost impossible to clean off of something fragile like a fossil. So you're going to put a little drop in the middle, right like that. Spread it out a bit, but never come close to the edges. And you'll do that on both sides, and that way it'll have a good solid cling, but it won't seep out when you push the two pieces together. As you can see, that clam fossil cleaned up really nicely, and I'll show you how I know it was clams. It's actually a fossil I'm very familiar with because we find them all the time in Montana. Well, I shouldn't say all the time, but still. It is one of these, just way bigger. This is an Enoceramius clam fossil. Cretaceous, found throughout the Bear Paw Shale, Fort Pierre, and Fox Hills Formation. So yeah, I knew exactly what I was looking at. Now that I pointed that out, you can recognize the same ribbing on this one. It needs to get a good polish and it'll look fantastic. Kind of funny if you look at the size comparison. Just huge. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that trip into the Badlands and through Custer State Park. As you can see, this thing is coming along slowly but surely. Just a little more pieces up here. But yeah, I'll have another one out very soon. I'll be taking you to one of my favorite places on earth, so look forward to that.